Animal Farm Part 2, Part 17. 11 p.m. Crystal Dawn retired to bed after a long day of writing, working, and being loved as a mother. Every day, new revelations were being had that added to the story in such unpredictable ways. You see, upon being presented with gifts, Crystal realized how God must feel being presented with gifts from his children. One casually handed her a small bag of granite pebbles she had gathered from a roadside and went on with her day in indifference. The second presented a few spa luxuries she had purchased prior, but was in a foul mood throughout the day from other occurrences. The third, as mentioned prior, had gone all out with gifts, the effort for all, and love throughout the day, ending with a long cuddle. As a mother, the observations offered some insight. If there was anything wished for, it would have been that the children show an interest in the activities of their mother, showed an active interest in the things she had made. After all, she was currently writing a book. Would they not care to hear it? Even some of it? Erasmus listened to her. As a father, he could relate. At the end of a long day of productivity, he sat and read a paragraph. He didn't have to, but after spending over 20 minutes trying to convince one child that it would so please her mother if she showed an interest, he gave up and read it himself. It was hard to maintain faith in a future generation that sometimes showed an interest in nothing more than TikTok. The potentially dangerous devices were dulling the youth's brains to the extent they literally had no dreams, goals, aspirations, hope, or purpose. Not all fell into this trap, but it was most definitely more than half of the youth in 2022. Who was to blame them? The previous generations could not have foreseen the trap they were laying for the future, as the reach of PDDs was unknown. Crystal Dawn had a much deeper connection with Erasmus than even he knew. He did things that literally made him the perfect man for her. There you go. It wasn't just that he could use a chainsaw either. Previously, Crystal had viewed the use of a chainsaw to be the manliest of activities, since it was the only manly activity she had been fearful to try. It was a giant spinning toothed weapon without a guard that could remove human limbs with great ease than the resistance offered from a tree. Chainsaws are to be greatly respected, and anyone capable of safely using such a terrifying tool deserves huge respect. Erasmus used a 60-inch bar on his chainsaw when Crystal met him. She felt he was her light. So it was when the sea had finally settled, the waves rested, the turmoil dissipated, that an incredible light broke through, creating a glow and warmth never before felt. A sky once thought clear was now illuminated, clearing the stagnant, suffocating haze. Possibilities abound. Those thought too big or impossible now all become choices. Light has a way of changing that which it touches. How a landscape can flourish with light. It creates growth, sustains life, eliminates darkness. The light does not tell the landscape to change. It merely provides the opportunity by giving of itself. The two-edged sword is splitting, for light cannot always shine, and in the absence of light, the darkness is deafening. A feverish faith the light will return. Time is hurried by preparing for its arrival, a time of warmth, comfort, and clarity. For once the landscape blooms, it becomes dependent on the light, and though it can withstand the darkness of night, it is by the grace of dawn that beautiful growth can occur once more.